Who
See,
heck?
right?
Bradley needs to get back out, but he's
For
loading
some
up.
reason, he's Valorant is doing that.
Well, yeah, his Valorant crashed, so he's coming back.
Uh-oh. All right, sounds good. Let's see.
Go to
Hey,
Observer.
Hey, Bradley, go to the observer. There you go.
There you
There
go,
we
he got
go.
it. K, is K gonna demonstrate or no?
Yeah, honestly, this is like super on the fly and loose, so I don't actually know how many people I need, but
We're test
but
dummies.
Jeffrey-
Yeah, we're test
Yeah,
dummies.
test
yeah,
dummy.
yeah.
So
Don't worry, no
everybody
one's.
go on Defenders then, if you're a test dummy.
No.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. I just hope this will be. I mean, we can also change sides in the custom.
Oh
when
yeah,
the
because
game-
it goes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So again, I hope this will be like a kind of like a Q&A session. So if you guys have any questions, I can answer them. And then the cool thing about here is if you're in observers, you can like see our POVs while we demonstrate stuff. So Bo's in chat. Oh whoa. Ooh, woo. Okay, let's see. Are we waiting on someone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So everyone's in here, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, what's a good map to demonstrate stuff on? We can do. Okay, what map do you guys want to hop on?
Haven. Haven? I thought a sin is like. Well, okay. What are we most looking for?
Yeah,
Right.
what are you
so
gonna
we're
demonstrate?
probably gonna talk about angles and any agent-specific strats that you guys have questions about.
I think Haven is the best for that.
Haven? All right, yeah, let's do it.
I guess.
Haven's a cool map. All right, let's see. Mike, can you change your Haven? All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, let's get this in.
All right.
Key, what's up?
Hit that auto balance.
Haven. Okay, I don't really think the agents really matter.
Oh, this is cool, bro. Look.
Oh, that's
This
sweet.
is sick.
Yeah, isn't it? The tournament mode view.
What do you guys see?
And welcome to the semifinal.
K and Armand versus Eric, Coach Eric, and Michael.
Sir.
Wait, but who are the underdogs?
Dude, where the end?
Golds.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
My
now we
ult's
are in
ready.
here. I'm gonna turn all the cheats on. And game phase.
Oh, yeah.
Slash timer. Okay. So yeah, this is a super open session. So like, what do you guys have? Do you guys have any questions about? I don't know, anything. And we'll don't even get audio. It should be fine.
Crosshair placement probably, because I feel like I end up aiming too low when I move.
All right, cross replacement. Yeah, we can do that. Can we all hop onto the same team to make this easier to demonstrate? So what about cross replacement? Are you most curious about?
Like headshot level, like where I should keep things on certain levels, like.
Okay, cool. So here is actually a really cool way you can learn headshot levels. So can someone sit like right there? Yeah. Actually, I would do Vanda. Yeah. Okay. So and can someone stand like right there? Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can stand there too. Okay, so the cool thing about Valorant is that a lot of these structures on the maps, especially boxes, actually are headshot level. So you see how this box is exactly on Jet's head level? So you can use this as a reference. So you look at this box, you're like, all right, this is headshot angle. So if you're holding for someone pushing in B, you can hold it like right here. Also, like look here. This kind of target thing is also a headshot level. Yeah, so the lower one's on the head, the upper one is a little bit higher, but you can just ignore that. Also, like this door, headshot level is basically around here. So basically, for every single map, there are indicators as to like what headshot level is. And actually, can someone stand here? Right over there.
Here.
Yep. So you kind of see how like this kind of shows you what headshot level is. And it's not exact, but you get a pretty good like idea.
What about like Haven on A on this map?
We'll go A. Are you thinking in as an attacker or defender?
Attacker.
An attacker. All right. So what about peeking? So like where headshot angles is like
But
right
yeah,
here.
like how much higher do you need it to be? Because that always gets me. Because
All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Let's have all you guys like
Here.
stand around like A long, like you're peeking at different levels. So yeah. So as you can see, headshot level is around there. Now there's really no like things on the wall for you to tell. Maybe aside from this box, right? This box gives you a decent line, but it's kind of experience because there's a big difference. When you're peeking A long, you need to think about how the enemies are gonna peek, right? So a lot of enemies, can someone peek against this back wall?
Here.
Yeah, so if they peek against that back wall, you know their head is going to be around there, right? So when you peek, make sure you're pre-aimed like here. Now, can you peek against a
Here.
close wall? So like hug this one and peek. See now, if they peek like that, my headshot angle is actually a little bit lower, right? Headshot level.
It looks like it's like right on that brick.
I don't
Well, I
see
can't
any bricks, but
But
yeah. But yeah, I mean, basically, if you have your crosshair like around here, no matter whether they peek from far or close, your crosshair should be really close to the head.
now,
So-
okay, what about the actual hate or like the high part on A? Like, let's say you push into sight. Yeah. What would be the angle around there?
Okay. Look at these crates, right? Keep that in mind. Player models are about the same size as. Well, actually, it's more like this box. These big crates are just slightly higher than headshot level. Can someone stand
Plant
right
the
next to
spike.
the crate? There you go. Okay, cool. So you just use this as a reference. So headshot level is not up here, but it's like right here.
Yeah.
So when you're running up, you can just make sure you have your cross here, like right here. Have you ever heard of the term slicing the pie? I think we may have talked about it. I don't remember.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think you mentioned that yet.
So slicing the
down,
pie is
attacker
a way
spawn.
for you to kind of systematically clear angles. That's a good way to demonstrate. Okay, so when you peek A, where can defenders be posted? Can someone tell me?
Either close left too in that corner.
Here.
Yep. So where
Get
Cage
out of
is,
my way.
maybe close right. Where...
So there's spot here. Oh, well, I don't.
Get out of
Where?
my way.
I don't think we can we
Get
mark.
out of my way.
What's your right?
Here.
What's your right?
Here, you can mark it on mine.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's
Yep.
marking it on mine. Give it a sec.
So there are points.
Close right, close left.
This one here.
Yep.
All behind box.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
In
And then
corner,
of course tower.
right in front.
Exactly. So I think I think that's most of the positions. Right. So you peek it along, you have to be worried about the person posted like right there, person posted close left, maybe a person close right, maybe and both sides of heaven, and there could even be a guy just like out in the open like in hell. So there's a lot of corners where the defenders could be posted from, right? So when you wide swing like this, you see how your crosshair can only be like in one position, so like right here.
Yeah.
If someone's close left, close right, or in heaven, and you peek like this, their crosshair is going to be right on you because they're like up in the sky. They're like posted at this angle, but your crosshair is you're gonna need to like do this flick, which is really hard, right?
Yeah.
So this is where slicing the pie comes in. Basically, the idea behind slicing the pie is that you're only exposing yourself to one angle at a time, so that way your crosshair placement will be like as good or better than theirs. So for example, instead of like wide peeking like this out in the open, where you're exposed to everything at once, maybe you will peek this real quick, clear close right. All right, cool. Now maybe you peek default real quick. Now this is a little bit tough because it's an up and down angle.
Yeah.
But you could go like jiggle heaven. You see, I'm not exposed to anything on my left, and then kind of like peeking here. Again, when I'm peeking this, I'm not exposed to this guy on the left, right? Peek here, and I'm also not exposed to the heaven guy on the left.
Yeah.
Peek here, peek here. I think a scent would be an easier map to kind of demonstrate this, but that's essentially
Yeah,
the premise
I
of
thought a
slicing
set
the
would
pie.
be easier.
And let's say you're running a bait, right? Slicing the pie, there could be a person close up over here and post it long from here, right? So instead of
That's a
swinging out,
dangerous place.
yeah, so instead of swinging out like this, where you're exposed to this person and this person, you could peek this guy first, not expose yourself to the guy on the left, and then peek the guy on the left. Does that make sense?
About
Yeah.
coming through sewer.
Going to sewers. All right. Well, you have to. It's all about guessing where the enemies could be posted, right? So one person could be here, right? Because they could be holding sewers from here. It's kind of dangerous, but some people play here.
Yeah.
Here, default's a really common position. Heaven, default, CT. Some people really like to play here, and then
Some people play
left.
on ping. Right.
Right.
Of it, to your right.
So when you're running up sewers, here's how people clear, right? You clear here, clear this angle, clear the default angle, so you just kind of like pre in here. Heaven, and you see this entire time I'm not exposing myself to this guy or this guy. Right? One angle, clear this angle, clear the heaven angle, clear the default angle. Now this is a kind of a tricky crossfire because it could be a guy close to right. So a lot of people, what they do is they just jiggle and maybe pre, maybe pre-fire. Because the thing is, if you jiggle like this, back and forth, you get the info, plus the guy CT who's holding you won't be able to react, right? Then you clear the close right is clear, you know this is clear, heaven is clear. Peek this, peek this, peek this, peek this. So that way your crosshair placement will always be like optimal, right?
Okay.
So, and this takes a lot of practice. Just make sure that you're focused on implementing it in your games. Now, of course, the downside to slicing the pie is what? Every single peak that you have from the enemy POV is going to be a like a what do you even call it? Like a normal peak, a standard peak, and instead of a wide peak.
Default.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I'm holding, can someone go short and demonstrate that? Okay, so can you peek me, but like, yeah, like that. So that's a standard peek, right? Versus a wide peek. So if I'm holding my crosshair like this, if he does a standard peek like that, he's instantly dead. Now, can you wide peek? That's a wide peek. So if he swings out, I might miss my first shot, and then I'll have to like adjust, right? So wide swings are riskier because when you peek out, you're exposing yourself to a lot of angles. But the good thing about wide peaks is if someone's holding the angle, it's going to be really hard for them to just like flick to you, right?
So what if you cut it and then if you have all your things cleared, then you swing for that final angle?
Yeah, that works, right? You clear everything, you know a guy's probably posted there, boom, wide peak. This is what a normal peak would look like. Obviously, a normal peak is a lot less risky because you see how like you can take a fight and then duck back behind cover. Versus a wide peak where you're like, boom, out in the open. If you take a fight and you want to duck back, you have to run all that way. And by then you'll probably die. Yeah, so keep that in mind. I think I heard, was it Wardell who said this? Or I forgot who, but some pro, they're like, what elevated their play to the next level was kind of imagining how their peak looks like from the enemy's point of view. So yeah, just keep that in mind as you like when you peek every corner. Am I gonna do like a tight peek like this, or am I gonna do like a wide peek like this? And how does that peek look like to your enemies? Okay, but yeah, those are angle fundamentals. Any other questions?
Why is there a vandal in the sky?
That's a bug. That's definitely a bug.
Also, can I mention something?
Yeah, go for it.
I think a big part of like wide swinging works really well like when your crosshair is like in the correct spot before you even swing. So like if you're imagining somebody, like if you're over there like peeking from the default box, if you're imagining somebody there and then you line up your crosshair and you swing and then you stop right when your crosshair hits them, that's like really good. That's really effective. Like you need to line up before you actually swing.
Yeah, agreed. Actually, wait, you bring up a really good point. So I want to talk about standard angles and off angles. Can someone tell me what an off angle is? Oh, and how about a standard angle?
Angles like default, heaven's standard angle.
Okay, so what's the difference between a standard angle and an off angle?
Generally, for a standard angle, there is some sort of close cover
Mm-hmm.
you can hide behind, and an off angle is generally out in the open.
Right. Exactly.
More
Exactly.
predictable, but harder to actually use correctly.
Exactly. So standing angle is an angle right next to cover. It's like where I am right now. The reason why standing angles are really strong is because you have a lot of options. You can choose to take a fight, come into a fight, or you can choose to shoot a bullet, duck back, or you can just like not fight at all, get the info, duck behind cover, right, and just save. But an off angle, so like if you're out here in the open, they're not going to expect you to be out in the open, so you have an advantage because your crosshairs on them, but their crosshairs probably not going to be on you. But again, it's a lot more risky because you're out in the open, right? Like what if you get flashed, or what if you get a kill, the other person is just gonna swing and trade you, right? So I want to demonstrate something real quick. Can someone stand in this corner right here? And can someone stand like right here in that off angle? Alright. Kind of like how what Armand said before. When you're wide swinging, it's good to pre-aim, right? So see how right now I'm gonna swing this corner, so I'm pre-aimed here, right? Before I'm like basically looking through the wall at the spot that I want to aim at. Now, the good thing about this is on the enemy screen, if you pre-aim, your crosshair placement is going to be perfect when you wide swing. So can someone demonstrate it? All right, Mike, you got this. Could you like pre-aim through the wall and then just like swing?
Like on you or like out placement and then just.
Yeah,
Like that?
exactly, like that.
Okay.
Yes. Can you do that again? Exactly. So look how like fast he's swinging, right? If you're pre-aiming and then swinging out, right? Obviously without extra vision, he would look a lot scarier.
Yeah.
But now, can someone understand this angle again? Actually, it doesn't. I think we should be fine. Okay, so let's say you expect someone to be here, right? So you pre-aim and you peek. But now this is where an off angle is really, really strong, right? Because I'm pre-aimed here, I'm not pre-aimed like where he is, and I'm gonna die. So the counter to off angles is a different type of peeking, and it's called like, I don't know, what would you call this? Like tracking, like tracking the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, no.
Corner
Right, because-
trailing, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not really sure the term. But yeah, so basically this type of peeking is where you kind of track the corner as you kind of go around it. Now the downside to this is obviously you peek a lot slower, right? You're not like wide peeking like this. So it looks a lot more like a standard peek. But the good thing about this is if anyone's in an off angle, now you can clear it, boom, right? But so this way, when you track corners, it's a lot easier to clear like all the off angles versus if you were to gamble wide peek here, it ends up like being in the middle of nowhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, cool.
I also wanted to make another point.
Yeah.
When swinging, it's not just running after you peek a corner. You have to stop. The whole point of the game, the gunplay in this game is actually stopping so you can be accurate and shoot. So
Mhm.
if you realized when Michael was doing this peek, he stopped. He stopped until he actually shot.
Mhm.
Towards Eric.
Yeah, exactly. So when you peek out, remember you're only accurate when you're standing still. If I just swing out and I don't stop moving, my bullets just kind of like go everywhere. That's where counter strafing comes in, right? You swing out, boom. You tap in the opposite direction. So I'm tapping A, letting go of D, standing still before shooting. That way your shots are accurate. You're peeking fast.
One thing that can catch people like super off guard though is like when you wide swing an angle, swing it so wide that they literally like they can't even shoot you. So like you swing an angle and you hold B for 2 seconds straight, and that catches everybody off guard, and then you stop and then you aim at them.
Yeah, it's super. Can you demonstrate that one more time?
Just keep running.
Yeah.
See, I'm holding this angle. I'm like a defender. Right, you saw how like with my first like 3 bullets,
Yeah.
and now I'm committed to like a bad spray. So yeah, honestly, like even some of the best players in Valorant have a really hard time tracking. Cause Valorant isn't really a tracking game. It's kind of like a micro flipping kind of game.
Yeah, you'll get better with your aim once you like learn all the maps and like learn what the common spots are. Because like you pre-aim all the common spots and you'll get more kills.
Exactly. So this game, a lot of it's about crosshair placement. So that's why like deathmatch is also really good too, because when you're running around the map in deathmatch, you're basically practicing your crosshair placement, right? So this is how you should be running around in deathmatch. Just like have your crosshair at head level, or where you think head level is, and like traverse around the map this way, right?
Get out of my way!
So deathmatch is really a good practice.
Get out of
Again,
my
your head
way!
level is about at this box. So now you know, like when you're running out, make sure your crosshair is up here and not like down here. You see this perfectly on this box. This box too. All right. Any other questions? Maybe agent-specific questions?
Omen. Any other
Omen?
tips?
Omen
What,
tips.
smoking?
Just,
Oh.
Oh, when you're gonna flash, run forward. Your flash is faster.
well, yeah.
Yes. Okay, wait, let's see. I'm gonna
Any
swap to
KO
Omen.
tips?
Oh,
30
also a tip
seconds
for
left.
Omen. If you're facing an Omen,
Oh, I thought I had that off.
get as close to him as you can. Because when you're actually close in an Omen blind, you are not lethal.
Yeah. So let's see. Omen. Okay, so Omen 101. Basically, you at the end of the day, you're a controller, right? So if you're in defense, and enemies are making like a lot of noise, like they want to hit, like let's say C, your main job is just to smoke the choke. Because if you're an attacker, remember how we said about like slicing the pie, right? Yeah, they can't slice the pie because there's a smoke. So if they want to hit the site, they're forced to come out and be exposed to literally every single angle, right? So that's why you want to smoke chokes. Because they have to come out and peek like 20 different angles, whereas you can literally be anywhere. And look how good your crosshair placement is, right? Because it's a choke, there's only so many like angles the enemy can peek out from. So your crosshair kind of adjustment is very minimal compared to the adjustment they have to do if they come out. You go like. Makes sense. All right, yeah. So on defense, yeah, basically smoke chokes. On attack, you want to smoke angles that you don't want to deal with. So let's say you're running up C long with your team. Well, you don't want to deal with the garage guy, and you don't want to deal with the rotators coming in from CT. So you might want to smoke like here, and you might want to smoke CT like this, right? So now this way, your team doesn't need to worry about these two angles, where you know enemies are going to come out from or post from. Now you can focus on anywhere else. Oh, and a Haven specific tip: if you're playing attack on Omen and you want to hit C, this is a pretty good blind. So you come into Cubby and you just blind like all post right and logs. Blinding. That way, when you run up, you can play close up real quick, and then anyone on the right is going to be blind. And anyone playing logs is also going to be blind. Similar for A too, actually. I'm going to go all the way to A. So let's say you're on A, right?
Spike down, C.
I've seen Omen like flash from here. So this way you can flash as default. Or if you get down short, this is also a really good blind. So you know someone's going to be playing default, right? You blind like this. I like how you it up. But I think one of the biggest things about Omen is his TP. So this is actually something that I'm also working on for myself too. So remember how we talked about off angles, right? And how
Jasper's got that down for TPs.
Oh yeah. So basically, especially when you're on defense, don't forget that you have a TP. So basically, try to mix up where you're playing to gain an advantage in fights. So maybe one round, you're holding B and you TP up here. You're playing this off angle, right? Now this is a really strong off angle because, right, if you're peeking from window, you're not going to be preamed up here, right? You're going to be preamed like to the left or to the right. Now if there's an Omen just randomly up there, you're going to have to flick all the way up to him, right? Like this. Whereas for the Omen,
Get out of my
you're
way!
up here. Just
Get out of my way!
barely need to pass.
Get out of
Yeah,
my
similar
way!
to like garage. Maybe one round you're
out
like,
of my
alright,
way.
you're like garage. I'm gonna play up here.
Get
in this
out of
off
my
angle,
way!
right? Because no one expects this.
Get out of my way!
Right? You peek and you're like, oh my god, why is
Get
he up
out of
here?
my way!
Yeah, what's up?
Did you go all the way
Get
back
out
to
of my
the
way!
Up where?
Pandora's box, like grass box?
Turn your mic on, Jack. I don't think it's on.
Oh, okay. Can you hear
Wait.
me through this? Oh, well, you hear me normally.
It's echoing through somebody's mic.
Right here where I am. Like right there. Like right here.
Right here? Yeah, yeah. You want me to get on the box or
Just stand up against the box.
against the box?
Ace,
Like
Ace
here.
Almost front. The one actually in grass, so go forward.
Go forward?
See that box behind?
It's talking about the one that shows that.
Oh, wait, so you want me to stand here?
Yeah, and then look up at the box that you were just on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be kind of a one-way for you if you're up on top of that box?
You know, that's a good point. Let's see. How does it look from your POV?
I can only see your toes.
Yeah, I can only see, yeah, it's only toes.
Okay, so yeah, so it's the same thing, right? So when usually people don't clear garage like backing up in this corner, usually people are like around here, right?
Yeah.
Then clear it like this, and by the time they peek this corner, they're gonna be like here. Even so, it's interesting because like both sides can see each other's feet, so I don't think this like one way favors anyone. Just make sure. So something you can do is if you're on the box, you can just crouch too, right? So it's less of a one way. But the biggest thing is, regardless of how they clear this, no one's gonna be framed up here, right? So if you're in this top box, you're basically almost guaranteed to kill every time.
Yeah, that's an
now, of
uncommon
course,
angle.
now, of course, because it's an off angle, right? If they have a teammate, they can just like peek and trade you, or you can kill them both. You know, either or.
Think about Omen, though, we have flash. You could go
Yeah,
flash.
but it takes some time. It takes some time to like take
That
it
takes
out, right?
time, man.
So maybe like honestly, I think you could probably get two. Like, you kill one, no one expects you to be there. His teammate swings, thinking you're down here, when you're actually like up there. This is why Phantom is also slightly better than the Vandal.
That's why Phantom is better with him.
Right, because if you're up here and you shoot, the person's teammate sees the tracers coming from like up here somewhere, so they're gonna pre-aim up here for you, right? Whereas if you had a Phantom, right, you can't see the tracers. So the person just sees their teammate die. They don't know where he died from. So they're gonna be pre-aimed like here, but in reality, Omen's still up there, and it's the same thing, right? So off angles. Definitely utilize off angles to your advantage. You know, and just be creative. Have someone like this, a very risky angle, but no one's gonna expect it, right? And if you utilize off angles to get like cheap kills, that's how you slowly gain an advantage for your team.
I think also you should be careful of playing like really risky off angles unless you're playing an agent like Jet or like Rainer or like something that can let you escape. Unless you're playing in an angle where like you can retreat quickly. But, like if you're playing out in the open, it's probably not the best idea. You might get one, but like you'll get traded right after. So
Yeah, exactly. So the reason why like Jet's really strong is because you can literally play out in the open. No one's gonna be expecting you to be playing out in the open. You get a kill, you can just dash away. But for Omen, you know, obviously that's not the case. You get one, you probably get traded. So yeah, just make sure that you know that when you're playing Omen, you're playing an off angle, that you don't have a
Get
guarantee
out of
escape.
my way.
But someplace like here, though, right?
Get out
If
of
you're
my
posted
way.
here, you can get one,
Get
and you can
out of
back
my
off
way.
because the cover is right in front of you, right? So this isn't really a high risk angle. You just fire a few shots, duck back, and you're good. Any other questions? Someone mentioned KO, right?
Do you wanna
Yes.
Yeah?
tell them about good smokes and bad smokes while we're on the topic?
Does someone want to explain that? Good smokes versus bad smokes?
Smokes.
Okay, so that's a bad smoke. Can someone tell me why it's a bad smoke?
It allows the enemy team to play many different angles.
All right, can you just speak out? Right, so. Mhm.
Side and the guys
Mhm.
like
Right, exactly. So I'll place a bad smoke. So the reason why defenders have an advantage on defense is because you can hold chokes, right? And holding chokes is really strong because look, the attackers can only come out from anywhere between here to here, right? So if you place your cross in the middle, it's like pretty easy to put these. But now if you put a bad smoke out here like this, now you see the distance that you have to move your crosshair suddenly increases to here, to like this wide, if that makes sense. Right. So now you don't know which angle the attackers are going to come from. They could come out from here, they come out from here, they come out from the middle, and it's your crosshair. It's a lot harder to have good crosshair placement. So that's why, if you're throwing a smoke at a choke, and intending to stop the attackers from coming in, a flush smoke like this against the wall is the best, right? Because now you still have the advantage of holding a choke, but the attackers, they don't have the advantage of like coming out as good as. Does that make sense?
Last player standing.
Wait, what? Oh, also, coach, I think it's good to teach jiggle peeking. Jiggle peeking is super useful.
Oh yes, it is.
Jiggle peeking. All right, yeah, I like it. Do you want to explain it, and I will be the. They can look through my point of view. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So jiggle peeking, if you're gonna go to like a long angle, for example, if you get op from certain angles, this is really good because it usually baits out op shots, and you can get like a reposition on them. So to jiggle peek, you go around like a common angle where somebody might be opping, or really, it doesn't have to be just an op. It can be anything. It can be just to get info or whatever. You go around the corner, and you don't touch your mouse at all. You just run forward, and then you jump, and then press D or S, or you press D or A, considering like where you are. So like, if you're gonna jump peek an angle from the left, you go W space, and then press the midair, and then that baits op shots, and like anybody that's like watching an angle will get info. And then if it's from the right side, you do this. You go like that, and then you press A, midair. So.
Yeah. So I think people actually call it like jump peeking.
Yeah.
So there's two types of jump peeking. It's interesting. So one is like that jump jiggle peek where you kind of like do that for a little bit. Of
Yeah,
info.
I meant to say jump peek. My bad, not jiggle peek.
No, right. And the other jump peek is where I know a lot of jet operas used to like to do it, where you jump out and then peek like that. It's basically like a wide peek, but weirder.
Unexpected.
Unexpected, right? But at the same time, you're not accurate until you land. So
Open up the sky.
it's in my opinion, the highest risk peek.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Open up the
Yeah.
sky.
So yeah,
Open up the sky.
jiggle peeking would be like this, you know?
Open up the
You're kind of just
sky.
getting info. You don't even need to see them, because the thing is,
Open up
if
the
you peek close to
sky.
a wall like this, they can see your arm. So if you bait out a couple of shots, you know, that's or jump peeking, right? Jump peeking is obviously the best.
That's
Yeah,
like the
so-
quickest way to peek an angle. Like you can jiggle peek and you can still get shot. Like if you get like spammed. Like jump peeking, you can not only like get info, but like you'll be able to see people on the minimap for like half a second, and like you'll still be safe because you can like recover quickly with it.
Right. So, you know, you're like, hey, why is this useful? Well, I know you probably had times where you've played attack, right? And you know the defender team, they have like an opera somewhere. And you know, no one likes getting offed, right? So in order to find out where the opera's playing, maybe your team will spread out and just kind of like, you know, jiggle corners. Find out, yeah, exactly. Boom, the opera misses the shot. You can tell
Oh
your team,
my
like,
bad. Oh, shit.
no, it's okay. You can just tell your team like, hey, you know, the opera's on C, let's go A, right? Instead of sacrificing your life by just like peeking right into the opera. Gotta try new games. Oh yeah, let's see. Wait, I'm not stop teams. I'm gonna end
30
this.
seconds left. Thrifty.
Ayo.
I'm gonna ask something about KO. I don't know what you're curious about, but something I do want to point out. KO, if you're on defense on Haven, this is a nasty knife. You throw it here, and it gets everyone who's in A lobby and mid window. So at the start of round, if you throw this knife, and it'll scan like all 5 basically if they're going A. But yeah, well, person who's interested in KO, what questions do you have about KO specifically?
It was me. I want to know like good plays.
Like flashes?
Plays.
Like for knife, flashes, and grenades.
You want
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't think personally you can make a lot of plays with him. Like I guess flashes is pretty much it, but like his utility is really not that good for making like big plays, honestly. Maybe his ults and like taking sites fast, maybe.
So, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to knowing exactly what each one of your like pieces of utilities does, and then playing around that. So for example, like for KO, it's actually really hard to flash like your teammates on the site because then you flash your team and it's gonna blind literally everyone, including your team. So that's why if you get into like a custom game, there are certain lineups you can do with KO. Like I don't know, maybe there's like a lineup here where you toss your flash like that. Oops, that hit something. You can flash here. If it pops up there, you know, if your team's running up, it won't blind your team, but it might blind the enemy, right?
Coach.
I actually don't know any lineups.
If you were like to like stop and push up, would it blind you still, or would you get like the quicker like blind effect? You know?
Wait, what was the first part of the question? I didn't hear that.
Okay, so if you hit like if you throw the flash, but you instead of full throwing it, you like lightly throw it.
Like that?
Yeah, and then push forward when you do it. Like
Mhm.
you'll look up and push forward. Will it give you the less of a blind, or will it give you the same effect?
Okay, so how blinds work is if the flash pops anywhere on your screen, it'll full blind you. But if it's away from your screen, then it'll do like the mini blind. Except for Reyna, you know, Reyna is different. Reyna blind's different. Actually, it's similar to Reyna, right? If the eye is in your screen, you get full blind. If it's not, actually, you can't get mini blind by Reyna.
Unless you're really close, like this.
Yeah, like right now, I'm not blinded at all. But here, see, because of the eyes in my screen, I get blinded. So
So like if you were to like throw it high up, light toss it, and then keep pushing forward, would that blind like?
oh, it wouldn't. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would only mini blind you. So if the blind pops behind you, you won't get full blinded.
So that could be.
Yeah, so with KO, knowing when to use your normal flashes, so like the long range ones, versus the pop flash. So you know the right click
One enemy
pops
remaining.
a lot faster, but it doesn't go as far. So the right click is definitely how you want to be flashing for yourself. And if you want to flash for your team, that's where you use like the left click. Right, so you know that might be a pretty good flash, right?
Just made a blind up, bro.
You flash high up to the left, your team's running up, they won't get blinded. But if someone's playing like backside or something, they might get blinded by that flash. So yeah, using your flash as well is something that takes some time. But just know that, hey, if you think that there's an enemy posted on you, flash. If I had to summarize his flashes. Let's see.
What about grenades? Would you use that to mainly clear corners or hold chokes?
Right. So for this one, so in the end, it's a molly, right? To get the damage.
Yeah.
So there are two ways you can use it. Either one, you can use it to clear corners. So let me think. Okay. Let's say what's a good? Okay, yeah. Let's say you're pushing up A, and you're like, hey, there could be a guy close right, but I don't want to, you know, do this peek because I'm afraid of this crossfire here and here. So you can just like toss your little
One
molly to the
enemy
left
remaining.
and then hold for it,
Spike down. Attacker
right?
spawn.
Because after you molly it, the person who's on the right is gonna swing it.
One enemy
Yes.
remaining.
No.
One
Yeah.
enemy remaining.
So his molly is about knowing, hey, which corners can the enemies be in, and then using a molly to clear it instead of like drive kicking it yourself, right? So that's one. Number two, this is what I wish more KOs did. When you're taking a site, a lot of times enemies will just like swing out because they want to fast rotate, right? So to stop them from doing that, you know, you get on site, molly. So that way you secure the site, you know, your team can like play it and stuff without the enemies like fast rotating in.
Uh-huh.
I think those are two ways to use the molly. Anyone else have any
Uh,
tips
what
for
about-
mollies?
Well,
Yeah. Oh.
Alt? Yeah, alt's pretty bad. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it is.
It's pretty bad.
Or you
Um,
gotta use hope.
Yeah, so it's good if you're all grouped up and you're like about to hit a site together with your team, because you know it doesn't matter if they know where you are. But the biggest downside is it reveals to the enemy exactly where you are because they can see, because you're at the center of all the pulses. So the general rule of thumb is if you're hitting a site with a team, pop the ult, right? Don't pop it too early though, or else it's gonna tell the enemy like, hey, you know, they're hitting this site. but like pop it right before you're about to get on site. If you're in a clutch scenario, so like a 1v1 or a 2v2, never ult.
Last player standing.
Because when it comes to clutches, information is key, right? If they know exactly where you are, then they know how to play around you. And usually the anti-utility or the ult isn't worth it. Usually though, not in every single case, of course. Like if you're scared that they let's say you're retaking C, right? And for some reason, let's say you're in like a high yellow lobby, and they might be doing some cringe setup, like I don't know,
One enemy
maybe
remaining. Spike down, attacker spawn.
doing a setup where like one person is jiggling CT from here, and then they have a Phoenix with his flash outs and he just flashes off like his teammate's contact. That's a really cringe setup. And if you know they like to do that, then you can
Last player standing.
I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Last player standing. One
There's a
enemy
theory.
remaining.
How do I change
Last
my
player
YouTube?
standing. One enemy
so
remaining.
people-
Last player
Well, they're
standing.
down.
One enemy remaining. One enemy
How do I-
remaining. One enemy remaining. One
I said
enemy
it to Sky
remaining.
and I can't change
One
it to
enemy
Sky.
remaining.
Oh no, yeah.
One
we
enemy
have to,
remaining.
end these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Destroy them again.
Alright, so what about them?
I was talking about Brimstone.
Yeah. What about Brimstone?
Is it okay?
Last player standing.
Like,
Last player standing.
where should
Last player standing.
where
Last
his
player
utils
standing.
best at
Last
and
player standing.
how should
Last player standing.
Okay, whoa. Let's stop team killing each other, guys. I can't hear. Oh, wait, so what's the question about Brim?
how to eco with Brim and where are his utils best used?
That is very subjective, my good friend. Okay, ecos with Brim. Well, like every other agent, you save, you buy, I don't know, a pistol if you have the money for it. If not, classic.
Yeah, because I know Brim, his stuff gets pretty expensive with everything.
Right. So on ecos, it's all about managing your money on ecos. So making sure that you have enough money to buy for next round. If that means you buy no guns, no utility, so be it. But if you do have a little bit of money, that's where you have to make the decision, right? Do I value a gun more on ecos, like a ghost or something? Or do I value like 2 more smokes?
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's not too big of a difference. Okay, well, there's one thing that you could do. I know we're not on Vine, but I'm gonna swap to like a smoker. Let's swap to Brim.
30 seconds left.
Okay. So this is where it gets like a little more advanced, and this is also where it gets really subjective. So it's kind of weird to demonstrate on Haven, but I can still do it here. So when you're on an eco, the opponents have long-range guns, right? And you have like shotguns or like SMGs and pistols. So you want to be taking close-range fights. So when you get on site, usually you would throw like a loud CT smoke. Oh, I messed up the second smoke, but so this way you guys can take site. That smoke should be a little bit further, right? This way you can get on site, play the angle to the team. But if you have bad guns, you don't really want. You're probably gonna lose this fight, right? Against rifle. So on ecos, you might even want to do like something like this. Now, these are really suspicious smokes for Haven. On Haven, usually standard smokes work the best. But yeah, so this way, right? You can like plant the spike, maybe here, and then your team can just like hold crossfires and stuff with their SMGs. Now, the thing is, not everyone's going to agree with it, right? Some people, because the thing is, if you do these smokes, you're giving up all of that site.
Yeah. Could you put the smoke on log and then put the other smoke that you had just like a little bit more up on that corner?
Like the log smoke, you mean?
Here, I'll go see if I can mark it on my.
Basically, it doesn't really matter what smokes you use, as long as your smokes have a purpose, right?
Oh, my bad.
So, let's see.
Like, what if you were to put smoke there so you could push up more towards
Wait, where?
on logs and then
On logs?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mike just marked them.
Oh. So you mean like
Launching smoke.
this?
Yeah, so if your teammates wanted to, they could swing wide and then take that position.
You know, this is very creative. I've never seen it before. I think it's because like there's a gap in the smoke. So
Yeah.
usually, yeah, enemies are gonna be where Mike is, right? They're just gonna be posted up with smoke. So yeah, this gives you a little bit more space on like towards backside, but
And of
it
course,
won't
if they're
get you to the
holding that,
backside.
well, of course they can always push up to the smoke and
Right,
maybe
so-
throw them off.
I
The
think
thing is,
usually, yeah.
the thing about those smokes is that it usually cuts the map in half, or the side in half,
Mhm.
and it allows the defense players to actually play in smoke
Smoke's
Right.
down.
without
So, yeah.
without you guys knowing where they are. So they can
So-
play in that by logs and be completely just sit there the entire time while you're playing.
Right. Exactly. So when you take sight, you generally want to make sure you're safe when you're planning. Now, knowing that the enemies could literally be like sitting in logs like in your smoke is not safe, right? Especially when you know they could just like maybe peek out like this and kill you. So that's why like on Haven, usually you don't really see any crazy smokes because the sites are so small. You just
Launching smoke.
throw like standing smokes. That helps you get on site and stops rotators from rotating in.
Okay.
Okay.
What about the stim beacon though?
Stim beacon
That's
here.
Just makes you shoot faster.
Yeah.
There's not much use to it really.
No, it's
yeah.
useful, but it's kind of not really that crazy.
That's pretty underwhelming. I mean, it's just like, hey, if you want a stim, if you want to shoot faster,
Stim beacon down.
throw it. You know.
Does it help with recoil or is the recoil so to say?
Okay, let's see. It makes you shoot faster, and yeah, I think your recoil is slightly reduced. Let's see for it. So it's exactly like if you were Reynald did.
Stim beacon down.
It's like good if you want to spam a spell. Like if your team thinks somebody's behind like a wall or like something that's wall bangable, then you can throw it down for your whole team and spam it, and that makes it better. But other than that, like the stim beacon isn't really useful for that many situations. Maybe spam through smokes, I guess.
But it does increase your team's like DPS, yeah, damage per second. So let's say you're about to hit a site, you know, right before the execute,
Stim
just like
beacon
go
here.
into your team, and your team like runs in all stimmed up. Okay. Looks like we've been doing this for quite a while. I think maybe one more question, and then we can move on to a little bit of actual gameplay. Alright, any other questions?
Okay, I'm asking this because I played CS:GO a few years ago, and
Yeah.
what should you do when you feel like you've hit your limit? Like this is the best I can be, or like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I've been playing
Never say
CS:GO,
that.
and then there's this time where like I go on lose streaks, and then I feel down, and then I feel like, what do you do when you're in those moments? Like when you're
You're
real
slow?
down.
Hmm.
Can I answer this
So-
one?
Than the game, you know.
Right. So.
Whenever I'm playing, I always had these problems. Like not the game, but then me who's the like factor.
Mm-hmm. So it's hard to give like an advice that works for everyone because it's a little bit subjective, right? Everyone tackles this problem in a slightly different way. So some people they just grind the game even harder, right?
Yeah,
It's like, you know
yeah.
what, I'm just gonna push through this slump. Some people might take a break, right? And then come back with like kind of like a refreshed mind, maybe like a refreshed look on the game.
Can I have some input on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you like this personally happened to me. I was playing like 2 weeks ago or so, like 3 or 2 weeks ago, and I was going on like
One
massive
enemy
losing
remaining.
streaks, going negative in all my games, and like it was getting to a point to where I thought like I either was like literally just getting worse at the game, or like maybe I was just going through like a slump or whatever. So
Spike
I
planted.
decided I would just keep playing more and more and play through it, and like after I got through the slump, I played like way better than honestly I think I've ever played before. So, like the answer is either grind through it and play like a ton more, and like ignore your bad games, or just take like a week-long break or something and then come back?
Now, something I also want to mention is like self-reflection. So like VOD reviews. So, because the thing is, there's a lot of people who grind really hard but don't really get anywhere, and none of us want to be that guy, right? But the thing that they're not doing is they're just grinding without like
Last
thinking about
player
their play.
standing.
If you want to improve, you want to make sure you're being
Last
really
player
reflective
standing.
about
Last player standing.
your plays
Last
and how you're
player
playing,
standing.
if that makes sense. So I would recommend like VOD reviewing your own games, right? Seeing like, wait, in this situation, how could I have played that better, right? Maybe I should play with a teammate. Maybe it was a utility usage kind of thing. Coaching helps too, of course, but you don't have to do that. I'd recommend just watching better players and see what kind of decisions they make. How do they use their utility? How do they like play their game? And yeah, just like slowly but surely, one step at a time, you'll get better that way. Did I answer the question, or am I missing
I've got
something?
your trail.
The hunt begins.
Okay, what's up?
Good answer, dude. Thank you.
Answer. All right, cool. Okay. Maybe we have time for like one more question. Like
Last
2
player
minutes left.
standing.
Any other final questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, this was a pretty fun custom session. Hopefully, y'all got something out of it.
I've got your trail.
You're ready?
All right. Let's
In-house?
Last player standing.
let's
Last
see.
player standing.
So, I think I'm gonna do one-on-ones with people now, but the rest of
Okay.
you, yeah, like do an in-house comp. Up to
No,
you
we don't
guys.
want to do a comp game.
Okay, let's see. So I think I'm actually gonna VOD review with Armand first, right?
Alright.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, wait. We didn't hear you before now. But okie dokie. And then after Armand, let's see, who am I doing it with?
Wait, can you lift it up?
I think I'm doing it with Angel afterwards. And then if we have time, I'll do one-on-ones with Bradley and then Dolan. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. So let's see. Armand, Angel, and Bradley. What computers are you guys on?
I'm on 5.
I'm on
So-
10.
5, 10,
8,
8?
8, 8, yeah.
All right, so 5, 10, 8. All right, so I will send the link to you guys on your computers. I think some of you guys might have already have the link. But yeah, so I'll do the one with Armand first, and then Angel and Bradley.
Hey, coach, we about to leave, okay?
All right, sounds good.
We are not
Alright.
going straight into comp, my guy.
All right, good luck on your games, guys.
We are. No, we are not,
And
bro.
for the one-on-ones, I will talk
Dude,
to you
I haven't
guys
played.
soon.
Wait, are you sending the link, or how's this gonna work?
Yeah, I'm sending the link to your computers.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Where are the computer emails? There we go.
I just target the get. I target the get jacket guy 119. Yeah, I get targeted.
No, I'm playing with coach.
Yes.
All right, I just sent you guys a link. I will be chilling in the room.
Wait. Hello?
Hello. What's
Okay,
up?
I see it. All good.
All right, perfect. Let's see. I would join that.
Match found.
Just take a seat. I got this.
Let's get it.
Spike rush.
Jet, you're very talented. Aim for the neck. Easy kill.
Throwing knife mid.
Here.
Enemy still in
Going up.
2 are mid.
Still in sight.
Reloading.
Hit Razor 65.
30 seconds left. Spike planted. Last player standing.
Killjoy 96.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, KJ killed herself.
Where's that smile, Phoenix?
KJ dead and fell. She's a wee.
I got you, bruv. Knife deployed.
Alright, I got the damage for us.
Embarrassing. Bad guy down. Going up. My ultimate's ready.
35 Viper.
One at net. Jet 25.
You've got ult,
One
Kurt.
enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Grenade out.
Nice one, Elsa.
Blocking sight, blocking sight.
Last round in the half.
Now we're landing haymakers.
Here.
Alright.
They've got nerve.
Launching smoke. Got him.
Yep.
Welcome to my world.
One enemy remaining.
Where?
Spike planted.
Stim beacon down.
Open up the sky.
Nice.
Thank you.
Don't rush me.
Reloading.
Keep the
Switching
momentum.
sides.
Right.
Do we want to go A?
Sure, sure.
There.
Hey,
Can
Knife
you
and
smoke
mid.
pipes?
enemy suppressed.
Jesus.
Blind.
Going up.
Reloading.
Watch out. Sky could be coming through the back.
Stim beacon
Or
here.
Killjoy.
Enemy down.
Last player standing.
15 on Brim.
No,
Good
so
try.
close. Whose smokes are those? Or is it the enemies?
That MVP is mine. Let's do this.
Let's try to go B. Okay.
I'm knifing mid.
Engineers down.
Enemy spotted mid.
Watch for Molly.
Reloading.
'90 Jet, she's right here.
Brim. Watch out for Brim. It's coming up towards you, coach.
Poison's gone. Oops. Enemy spotted A.
30 seconds left. One enemy
My
remaining.
ultimate's ready.
Last player standing.
Good try, good try.
Match point.
I'll survive a denture
Let's try to go
Can't
B.
say the same for you fragile humans.
Keep
Can
knifing
someone get
mid.
the orb? Save your knife. It might be useful later. But
Alright.
if you, or actually not, yeah, go ahead and knife mid, but try to get the orbs when you can.
Alright. Two mid, Brimstone and Killjoy. Brimstone and Killjoy come mid.
Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B.
Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
40 Brim, 40 Brim.
Frick. I
Prepare
hit
for
Brim for
hellfire.
not even a lot.
Last player standing.
You won, anyone.
Sudden death.
What? Can I not just kill myself?
Why'd you commit?
I don't know, it's just funny.
Reloading. One brimstone is enough.
I found the greatest spot to camp mid.
Jet here, jetted.
64.
Last player standing.
Yo, for real. Y'all can't leave me.
Defenders
Y'all just
win.
can't leave me.
Yeah, but you're spam.
Match found.
Come on, Razor. You can do this. We gamers, we don't sleep. You know this. And plus, it's only 7. Sorry, it's only 5:44. I just took it. Oh god, our teammate's a menace to society.
Spike rush.
I'm about to go full killer robot.
I'll go mid.
Okay. Does someone want to peek A with me or no? Actually, yeah, that's probably death.
Jet, go B real quick.
Raise blast packed it twice towards A.
Found Omen. Never mind, Omen down.
There.
Multiple enemies A.
We've got a good amount on A.
Obstacle removed.
Raze and Brim are both on A.
Alright.
I died.
I can knife.
30 seconds left.
Bomb buddy out.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted A.
They're suppressed.
Flashing.
Flashbang.
Blocking sight.
One enemy remaining.
Here,
I'm
defuse,
going for the bomb.
defuse.
Going for the bomb.
Yeah, defuse, defuse.
Satchel out.
Cover, cover, cover.
Might be AFK.
I detonate. You don't.
Out of charges.
Yeah, she's AFK.
Yeah.
I'll break her apart.
Same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go push mid through cat though. Razor, Jet, can you stay with Razor?
Brim.
Go get him.
Jesus.
My ult's ready. Watch this. Enemy spotted.
Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Already?
Flawless.
Whoever kills her. Dang.
Wow, what a snipe.
Last
Nice.
round before the switch.
We got this.
Okay, hey coach, you wanna switch weapons again?
Here.
Question. If we go 4-0,
Come on.
I'm
let's
not
go.
We're
trying to
just
jinx
good.
it. Yes.
Go get him. Satchel out. Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Last, I think, is A.
Yeah, he's A.
Saw Brim up here by catwalk. Oh, never mind. Good job.
Switching sides. Match point.
Angel, did you hear how fast my Phantom was shooting?
Alright.
Do we want to go B or A? Let's go. Curse, if you come with me to B.
Alright. Watch out! Flashing.
Target sighted B. Target sighted B.
Enemy spotted mid.
Ah, dang. I hit,
Last player standing.
they're all at B. So just go straight for A.
30 seconds left.
Razor,
Go A,
go
go
A,
A.
go A, smoke and go A.
Smoke's down.
They're already there. They're already right behind you.
Flawless.
Good try, good try.
Good shot.
Here.
Let's go. Let's all just go A. Cursive, come with us.
Here.
Wait, I have an idea. All four y'all go
Knife,
A.
knife mid. No, you just need a knife mid, and we're gonna push through A then.
We could have just done one person go a different one to confuse them.
There.
But alright, knife and mid.
Bomb buddy out.
Behind us!
Got one.
One
got
enemy
Killjoy.
remaining.
Nice.
Let's go.
Attackers win.
Look at this wreckage. I'm so proud.
Hey, coach, do you know what the WP stands for when they say GGWP? Oh. One more game, or do we want to wait?
Match found.
Razor. I need you to be next to me when you use your stims, because those things give you a boost. I think your mic's on automatic too.
It's not.
So, but you know any darts to line up?
Oh, he has my mic on.
Spike rush.
Let that Sova find me. Whatever. It'll help him look death in the face.
Sova, go back to A. Since I'm already here, I can just try to get one of them out.
Revealing area.
They're suppressed.
Lock in sight.
Watch that corner.
Wait, let me ace, let me ace.
One enemy remaining.
She's over here.
Spike planted.
Split it, split it, split it. When you get halfway, get off.
Thank you.
A.
Let's go, the A's.
Nice. This time I didn't steal it from you.
What a start to the round, coach.
I have 3 assists. Great. Ooh, it's also Sova, I think.
Lock in sight.
Enemy suppressed. Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
I'm not letting you have another ace.
Well, you can't ace, already got a kill.
Dang.
Enemy spotted A. Shut
Good try, good try.
Last round in the half.
Sova, guys on the enemy. Tell us where they are.
Jeez, these people are getting dominated.
Right here. Scanning ahead.
Ooh, they're all coming A. Or 3 of them, my bad.
Multiple enemies B.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Bombard her.
Fire in the hole!
Enemy
4-0, let's go.
Take flight.
Reloading.
Switching sides.
Come on, boys, let's go. 4-0. I'll go A. Or actually, no, I'll come with you guys.
Flashing that wall.
Okay.
Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
Behind you, coach.
Reload. Sight planted.
Enemy spotted A.
Behind. Right.
Last
Dang
player
it.
standing.
Jet's coming on their side.
Enemy spotted B.
Good try, good try. Our bad.
Flawless.
Alright, boys. Don't get too confident.
Who's the one that said that we're gonna get destroyed? They're getting destroyed.
Do we want to go A?
I'm
Let's
going
have-
B.
No, yeah. I'll go A with you guys.
Alright. You want me to flash tunnel?
Sova, come here. We're going to A.
Flash. Molly.
$77 right now.
Last player standing.
What do we want to do now? Split push? Split push, B? Razor, come with me.
Ready. Knife deployed. Revealing area.
Enemy spotted B.
Get out of my way.
Enemy in attacker spawn.
Oh my god. Reina 0.
Shock dart.
Sight planted.
Enemy spotted B.
Enemy spotted B. The hunt begins.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
They will cover.
Clutch. Attackers win.
My heart's racing.
Match found.
Coach, I got Sky now.
I'm getting closer and closer to Euro. Mm-hmm.
Spike rush.
Reloading.
This turmoil with fire, if I must.
KO, can you peek mid with me? And Razor,
Yeah.
can you hold down the fort?
Multiple enemies, A.
I guess they're A.
See ya.
We're on the way, we're on the way.
Enemy spotted.
Spike planted.
Good attempt.
Flashing. Never mind.
Last player standing.
Yeah. Good try.
Activating kill mode. That's a joke. Kill mode is default.
Go get him. Too slow. Satchel out. Satchel out.
We're on the way.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted me.
144 Sky.
Reloading.
Or 44, I mean.
Enemy
I've
spotted
got
B.
your trail.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Dang it. Sky, watch for Sky.
Stim beacon.
Clutch.
Unlucky.
Nice try.
If you're in that situation, pop down a stim beacon so you get faster fire rate.
Last round before the switch.
Let's kill that Reyna.
Same thing, right?
You got soul.
Here, you wanna switch, KO?
Sure. I'll go B.
No, I make guns.
Oh, I don't have. Sure, I guess.
Sage. Yeah, can you revive one of us, Sage? We're in
Spike
tunnel.
planted.
Dang. I hit chamber for 80. He's in
Last player
Not
standing.
kill my allies.
spawn, near spawn.
Ult's ready.
Good try, coach. Good try.
Sage,
Switching
remember that
sides.
you can't save everyone.
Match point.
Save who we can. That's enough.
Let's go B.
Reloading.
We could try to divert them. One go B, one go A, and all of us go the other way. Shift.
Bomb buddy out. Satchel out.
I can flash her. Watch out.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Dang.
Good try.
Defenders win.